Quote, "It is time for a sustainable energy policy that puts consumers, the environment, human health, and peace first." End quote. With this statement, Dennis Kucinich addressed the issue of green energy. The United States government is now pushing for green energy extensively, but certain issues may cause turmoil with this push if not handled correctly. The economy is already in a recession. Therefore, if green energy is forced on companies without proper consideration, the economy will regress even further. Therefore, the government should look at the major problems electric cooperatives face concerning green energy: cost, availability, and technology. First of all, although renewable energy is cleaner, the cost of using this energy is oftentimes much more expensive than conventional methods. Compared to the cost of creating electricity from coal at 7 cents per kilowatt hour, electricity from wind energy is 4 cents more, making a big difference in the amount consumers pay per year. If companies cannot produce enough power from green energy, they are forced to ship extra energy in from other regions. This compels the companies to pay transmission fees in order to receive the energy. Consequently, they pay for upgrades in order to use this transportation grid. Cooperatives, which are nonprofit organizations, are influenced to raise prices in order to meet the costs necessary for green energy. Unfortunately, energy from coal is easier and cheaper to create than the energy from clean sources, making coal the first choice for electricity. Availability of green energy adds to the problems that cooperatives will face with this push. Green energy in forms of wind or solar are less damaging to the environment than coal. However, they are not always available. Even in areas where there's wind every day, this power cannot convert into electricity unless the wind moves at the right speed, usually between 12 and 29 miles per hour. If a company relies on power from the Earth's core, it is not usable electricity unless the steam or water reaches a temperature about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. In some areas, they may not even get these kinds of renewable energy sources. Unfortunately, this means that the cooperatives have to import the energy from other regions, adding more to the costs. The renewable resources that people rely on lack reliability. One day, companies may obtain enough energy for all their consumers, and other days they may not get any energy at all. The final challenge cooperatives will face deals with technology. The technology required to use these green energy sources is not ready for this large push. The sun provides limitless power on Earth. However, cooperatives do not possess the technology to convert all that power into usable energy. Sometimes the question involving clean energy is not availability. It is a question of how that energy can be converted into usable electricity. Even if all potential energy could be utilized, the necessary transfer from regions without the electricity would require new technology to move energy from place to place. With this green energy movement, technology will have a need to formulate new ideas quickly. These interlocking problems pose a major threat to cooperatives like Como if the government enforces green energy too quickly. Mr. Jonathan Meir, co-head of North American Power Utilities, stated, quote, "If alternate energy is deployed in an uneconomic way, it is quite regressive in nature," end quote. He implied that if cooperatives rush into this green energy without making sure economical issues can be avoided, then it will end up causing major problems. Think about the process of making the color green from the primary colors yellow and blue. Making that secondary color involves time and effort. Consequently, in regard to green energy, it will also take time and effort to devise a plan appropriate for cooperatives. The push for clean renewable resources is a great idea, but problems must be considered before it is forced on companies. Thank you.